Hey there, Riverica here, reporting for duty on a trigger. Thank you for shuffling states of emergency into adoption spirit magic with me and steering clear of danger. Heartily, we are grateful. I had to hush my voice because the walls have ears. And this reading is about Sun going into Aries on the 20th of March. But before that, disclaimers. I am not a doctor, lawyer, therapist. I'm a fortune teller, so what I offer is no substitute for their services. Furthermore, what I share does not determine your future, only your intentions and actions do. So please use your gift of discernment before deciding what to gather and take away. And of course, take only what resonates and blow like a kiss the rest to the universe for cosmic composting into beauty. And this reading is intended for fun and games, for shits and giggles, for entertainment, for flexing our heart, mind, body, spirit, emotions, intuition, and at the least, I hope to cause harm to none, and at the most, I hope I may assist you on your healing path. All that said, let me introduce our helpers in this session. I have lit candles for Source, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the homeless, those that kicked them out of the homes, the neighbors, the passers-by, even those working against our spiritual progression. Harmony, unity, and balance, the archangel of the day. Whenever you are seeing this, it will be that one. And our ancestors here in the highest love and light, and those who have crossed over to Father Sky by suicide, and the family and friends they left behind on Mother Earth, as well as the war-torn families, countries, nations, worlds, galaxies. And we thank Source for helping us all adopt success, transmuting these violent cycles into love. Heartily, we are grateful. We also have my mini crystal ball and the wooden dice. Rolled a 3 for this deck. The Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon and published by Beyond Words. And a beautiful citrine because this is a sun reading. So the citrine was calling to me. Super sweet. And you can check out 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 27 different resources to see the metaphysical properties of citrine, to see what resonates with you, because you know we are all different psychosocial science experiments. What resonates for you is different sometimes than what resonates for me, and we want this to work for you. So yeah, check it out as you wish. So that's the citrine. And we also have the wooden wand and the wooden dagger wand, helping lift our spirits. The wooden dice as well help lift our spirits and also cut to the heart of the matter without harming a soul. Pardon me. And we also have our world map. So what else do I have to share with you? So the sun moving into Aries, this happens at 5:24 p.m. on the 20th of March 2023 Eastern Time. And so you can adjust for your location, but you know what is associated with the sun and Mars, or maybe you don't. So again, I invite you to quadruple check 6, 7, 27 different resources on metaphysical properties of the sun and of Aries, what they mean, the higher and lower expression of Aries. And you know, the sun brings warmth and light and energy and truth and clarity, and just is also, not just, is also associated with our Manipura chakra. That is our yellow belly, the jewel in our belly. It helps fire us. It's our will. And I'm laughing in my heart because of the yellow dice here too. With the blue dots. The sun was yellow and the sky was blue. No, sky was yellow and the sun was blue. Some of you may know that song. You can write it in the comments, the band and the song, for fun, if you wish. Yeah, so the sun, that's some beautiful energy and powerful energy. And then Aries is also powerful energy. It's an initiator. It's a wants to get going and moving. I think it's associated with the element of fire. Quadruple check me. Let me know if I have that incorrect. And I thank you for learning with me. 555 15 6, number of service. See what I did there? So we have things cooking, and we want some help about ideas about how to move forward minding our business in the highest love and light. So let's see what the sun moving into Aries has to tell us about that, how to mind our business in the highest love and light. And you are a whole, full, loving, powerful spiritual being, and so am I. And we thank your source and spirit team, angels, galaxy guides, ancestors, saints, sages, gods, goddesses, universes here for the highest love and light, as well as mine. And we thank your source and my source for immediately shifting the situation into what it needs to be, offering necessary insights, healings, acts of grace, protection. Heartily, we are grateful. So it was. So it was. So it was. So it was. Thank you for making this reading abundantly clear. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much. We have solar plexus chakra, what we were just talking about. That's so appropriate. I love this. Such affirmation. And then on the bottom we have change, the number 12. It's excellent for forgiveness and forgiving and moving forward and sitting in your moving forward in your spirituality, but also in your earthly essence. You know, not getting too caught on your ego, maybe is the way to say that. That's that 12. But let's look at the solar plexus first, and then we'll look at that number 12. So as you can see, it's got the, I think it's the flower of life. There it is, right there on the card. I'm just going to say seed of life. Thinking they might be the same thing, but not, because different words are involved. And we have the number 3, which is so another sweet synchronicity because the dice was at number 3. And that is a number of optimism, that number 3. It brings a beginning and an end together. That number 3. It also helps for those who are susceptible to environmental or psychic invasions. You know how it happens sometimes, like somebody perhaps has sensitivities to smell, and so when they smell a certain scent, like perfume, they need to switch their space because they're sensitive to that in their environment. Or the psychic, you're sensitive to the psychic invasions, like, you know, just people cursing you behind your back, you know, not knowing what they're doing. They're just talking over their food and their drink, and they're scapegoating you, saying all sorts of stuff sometimes, and some of you might be susceptible to that. You hear it, you feel it, even if they're on the other side of the world. And so that 3 helps in those instances. And hugs for all of you, because like this is a whole thing, living on this planet and playing through the loss and trauma And so thank you, and I'm giving you hugs. Thank you for being so strong and courageous, and I'm giving you hugs just to help fortify you for your next forays, and just give you that love for all that work you're doing, and just loving you from over here. Thank you for doing your work. So this solar plexus chakra, it's also called the Manipura chakra. It's your yellow belly, as I said, and the frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. How beautiful. And that's something we've really, really been working on, especially since 2020, and all the situations and circumstances that came up that really asked us to see, what did we need? What do we want? What do we desire? They're different things, right? What you need, want, desire. Like, you may need to wear glasses. Have some spectacles in every room. I do. In every bag, there's a different set of a cheap pair of readers. Like, that's a need. It's different than a want. Like, I want a, citrine piece. Or it's different than a, well, that's maybe not so accurate, because this is sometimes like we're using here. It's for helping facilitate healing. So want would be more like, I want a red Ferrari. You can come up with examples of a want and a need and a desire, and you can share them in the comments. You get what I'm saying. And if you want further clarification, as you hear me say often, you can check out your own 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 27 different sources of the difference between those. And all that to say, I had a feeling that was going to happen. We have another light source. We're using our camp light. It's not just mine, it's ours. And yeah, there we are. Thank you. So, yes, thank you for being patient. We all have been rethinking, what really do we want? We're here on this beautiful earth, and we want to play through the losses and traumas. We chose to come here for a reason, and as challenging as it is, like, okay, we're here now. We see what's happening. More is unfolding. How do we want to live our lives? So we're happy, joyful, and peaceful. And so we've all been asked over the past 3 years, decades, lifetimes, like, to really hone in on that and clarify and just uncover more of what you are and what you need and how you want to contribute. And you see so many creative projects have been coming about, especially in the past 3 years. It's been thrilling to see across fields, people stepping up and just showing their creativity. I'm getting excited talking about it because it's really quite thrilling. Helping us play through. It really helps us play through, because the loss and trauma, it's really challenging. Like, it's so challenging that some people, well, we could talk about that till we're blue in the face. We're doing something different here. And so seeing people step up and contribute to the whole, from their essence, from their core, from that place that makes them so happy, that gives them the fire for life, the zest for life. It's super thrilling. And you can share in the comments some of the people that have stepped up in the past couple of years that have really inspired you and their creativity. If you enjoy sharing, that would be fun to see, to know. All right, so number 3, the solar plexus chakra. So I shall read a chunk or 3, and then there's an activity, a try this activity that Lon invites us to try. So here we go. First, the explanation. of this card, the further explanation of this card. The flower of life is a geometric shape recognized by many cultures all over the planet. It consists of 13 equal circles that intersect at the middle of each circle, creating a perfectly proportioned flower. As a symbol, the flower of life represents the universe as a whole, as well as the harmony in which all the separate components of the universe work together. This beautiful pattern is often used to indicate our understanding of our connection as humans and as spiritual beings to the whole. The color yellow is associated with the third or solar plexus chakra. It is located in the area of the diaphragm below the breastbone and linked to our sense of self, our authority, and our personal power. It is the area of our personality and our ego. Yellow helps us to think clearly, increase our awareness, and stimulate our curiosity. It strengthens our vitality, our life force, and our energy. Its sense is sight. So that is so beautiful. And as I was reading that, I was reminded about the age of Aquarius that we're moving into, and that is just supported and affirmed by this piece. How we've been thinking about how we can contribute to the whole, and that's sort of what the age of Aquarius is about, but all working together in harmony, in unity, in balance. But again, I invite you to explore more of that on your own. So now a little activity. Try this. Go inside yourself for a moment and think about what is important in your life. Do you spend your days doing what you love? Do you feel satisfied? Do you feel you are an important part of this big puzzle we call life? Most of us have that one thing that we love doing and are really good at. What is your one thing? That is so beautiful and so affirming, and that's sort of what I was just talking about. So that is something that the sun and moving into Aries is at 1 degree is inviting us to explore. In Aries, the sun moving into Aries at 1 degree, it's really telling of these new beginnings, these whole new ways of life. Like it's like we've been in an apprenticeship for the past 2 or 3 years, all of us, on this new way of life, dismantling the old earth, rebuilding the new earth, and coming from a new way. We're not the same people, right? So many of us, and this is where free will is involved, right? Big piece. I could go on and on. So let's talk about change. Oh my God, right? I was just saying that. I love it when that happens. So 12, I was mentioning already earlier about that forgiveness. It's a wonderful number for forgiveness. And we can thank Cindy Dale for some of these numerology pieces I am sharing. I'll leave the details in the description. And her book on her series on subtle body energetics. They're beautiful. The energetic boundaries, the subtle body practice manual, the subtle body, I think it's an encyclopedia. I can't see the whole title from where I am. The subtle body coloring book. Cindy Dale's wonderful. She really helps share a lot of ideas about how to move forward on the healing path. And so it's fun to flip through and see what resonates, at least for me anyhow. So that was all to say about that numerology and different ways we can approach that, and visualizing the number 12, or maybe creating a song or a mantra about the number 12, or writing it down, what it means to you, to just help play through the loss and trauma, because they're really challenging. So how do we play through and get to the place we want to be and have the tolerance for that in-between time? So this frequency of change just supports our ability to be graceful, our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Wasn't I just saying that? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I so often am just a human. But I love that. I love the synchronicity. And what a beautiful card. You can see that some of the nuances. I apologize for the lighting, and you see some of the reflections of my holder. My holder that's holding the phone. It's pretty funny. It's a box of anatomy flashcards. All right, number 12. Oh, and the 1 and the 2 add up to a 3. Are you serious? Yes, I am. Source is really having some fun with us in this session. I love that. That's so awesome. 3, 3, 3. Check that out. So that number 12. I'm wondering, I feel like I'm forgetting something about that number 12. Let's see here. Yes, signifies mastery over human drama and helps you access your own divine self, but still encompass humanity. So I didn't say that quite like that. It's excellent for forgiveness. It supports forgiveness in the spiritual boundaries. So that's that 12 again. A little more. Like I said, thanks to Cindy Dale. So now change. We just read the card. And now let's see what the oracle has to say. And then we'll do another try this activity to help us understand what the sun has to offer us as it's moving into Aries, about how to move forward in our highest love and light. So change is the only constant we can count on. Like the seasons, everything comes and goes in cycles. The ebb and flow, the day and night, the death and rebirth. Good times are followed by challenging times, followed by weird times, followed by ecstatic times. Nothing stays the same for long. Life itself demands movement and change to perpetuate itself. Change is represented by the turning of a circle or a wheel, showing us the forever changing nature of everything in the universe. In fact, the very concept of the universe is changing. Uni is in italics of that universe. It's in italics. The uni is in italics. In fact, the very concept of the universe is changing, and we are slowly accepting that a multiverse might be a more appropriate description. I love that. How we handle this constant change depends on where the center of our awareness lies. When we are deeply rooted in our own core, in our heart, at the center of the circle, the movements of change affect us less than when we are focused on the outward parts of ourselves, the outer parts of the circle. As on a spinning wheel, the closer we are to the center, the steadier everything is. The steadier everything is. The transparent red square that partially covers the wheel is our perception of our form-based physical world, which appears to be solid, but is really only another layer of reality. The lights on the corners remind us of our ability to reach beyond the illusionary three-dimensional boundaries at any time we choose. From the center, 5 beautiful flowers emerge, slowly flowing outward. Or is it the other way around? Are the flowers emerging from the edges of our awareness into our center? In numerology, the number 5 is associated with change, and these flowers represent the beautiful potential for new life and possibilities to grow from each new moment, even in the midst of a seemingly chaotic change. Yes, thank you so much, Lon, Source Universes, for this opportunity to do what it is we're here to do. And we're ready. We're ready. We are ready. This is so exciting. Rebuilding a new earth. Thank you so much for being a part of that. So now Lon and I ask you to try this little activity. Try this. Take a moment to go inside yourself and look at your life. Do you move easily with change, or do you resist it? How have you changed since last year? How about since yesterday? What exciting new experiences have these changes brought you? What are you excited about changing next? I love that. That's a beautiful reframe, right? Change is the support of stability, and we've really been asked over the past couple years to embrace that and be able to be comfortable with that uncertainty and embrace it, play through it, and honor what is, and allowing ourselves to evolve and discover ourselves again and again and again. I appreciated Miley Cyrus in an interview she did. She mentioned how every day she says goodbye to herself because she's not the same. She won't be the same person tomorrow. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't remember which interview I heard that in, but I thought that was so beautiful, and what a beautiful reminder. And I would enjoy hearing any of your parallel stories. You can leave in the comments if that sounds fun for you to share with us all. And that's so beautiful. So that is what I see for you in this reading. And I'm just looking at the last card, dynamic. The next card on the bottom of the deck, I love it, dynamic. There's that number 3 again, and the number 2. And they add up to that 5 that they were speaking to, that Lon was speaking to. I love that. So there's a little extra bonus. Things to think about as we go forward, how to move forward, minding our business in the highest love and light. And if you enjoyed this reading, you may enjoy some of my other videos. You can check them out and see which ones are calling to you, if that sounds like fun, if that resonates with you. And you may also enjoy enrolling in some of my online courses or my coaching calls on Tuesday on Zoom, half hour, 8 to 8:30 Eastern time, to help you play your cards. And yeah, thank you so much for helping breathe life into adoption spirit magic. Heartily, we are grateful. Until next time, ciao for now. I love you all.